How's the royal family? I pray that everyone is doing well. Well, my royal family, I have a title here of this article. I'm not going to read all of this article, but I'm going to share bits and pieces of this article. And we're going to be talking about this rapist here. His name is Jacob Anderson. And we'll get into this and stuff. And I got some really deep things I'm going to say about this. It's going to ruffle some feathers. But I keep it core here on the royal family. So it says here, as we pick at this article apart, it said it is easy to forget that sexual assault is a crime committed by a very small percentage of the male population. We might think otherwise, considering how many women have came forth in the last year with tales of abuse and the epidemic number of sexual assault victims in the U.S. One person every 98 seconds. That's what they're saying. And I always like to get into the nuts and the bolts of this. So check this out. So it said, after CBS chairman Les Moonves was accused of sexual assault, for example, network board Aaron, Capson said, I don't care if 30 more women came forth and alleged this kind of stuff. Les is our leader, and it wouldn't change my opinion of him. Deep. So this article, like I said, I'm going to leave it here for the royal family that y'all can read. And I have some videos that I'm going to share here too. Videos about another white male rapist getting away with rape. So let's get into this first video. This video is a little over 3 minutes.
Devastated, and her supporters are very angry after a controversial plea bargain in an alleged rape case. Jacob Anderson, he's a former fraternity president at Baylor University. He was accused of raping a teenage sophomore back in 2016. He will avoid jail time after pleading to a lesser charge of unlawful restraint in a deal that was approved by a judge who was allowed light sentences in other cases involving sexual assault allegations. Omar Villafranca is at the courthouse in Waco, Texas, with more on this story. Omar, the people are very angry about this. Good morning to you.
Good morning. The judge in this case, Ralph Strother, says that Anderson must undergo counseling and pay a $400 fine. The 23-year-old also faces 3 years of deferred probation, but he does not have to register as a sex offender, and there are many people who are worried about the message that this punishment sends.
Jacob Anderson had little to say as he left a Waco courthouse Monday after being spared prison time, despite being indicted on 4 counts of sexual assault. His alleged victim told police in 2016 the former Baylor fraternity president repeatedly raped her at an off-campus house party where alcohol was served. She says he gagged and choked her until she lost consciousness. Following Monday's plea agreement, the woman, known as Donna Doe, addressed the judge in court. I am devastated by your decision. He stole my virginity and power over my body, and you let him keep it for all eternity.
Do the women on campus talk about this?
Yeah.
Baylor graduate student Aaron Albin started an online petition expressing outrage over the deal. More than 85,000 people have signed it.
Why do you think there was that much response?
I think people are finally realizing that this is a problem and that survivors aren't taken seriously. So we see time and time again everything from the national level down to the local level of a lot of people, mainly men, getting away with things like this.
This is at least the 3rd time Judge Strother has approved probation for men accused of sexually assaulting Baylor students. Once after a guilty plea in a 2013 rape case, and another earlier this year that included a 30-day jail sentence served on weekends. In a statement Monday, prosecutor Hillary Laborde said Anderson's plea deal was the best outcome given the facts of the case. Conflicting evidence and statements exist, making the original allegation difficult to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. She says all the facts must be considered, and there's information that hasn't been made public. Venu Varghese is a former prosecutor.
In these type of cases, unless you've had a body cam on both these individuals from start to finish, recording not only the video, but with the audio, none of these cases will never be cut and dry.
In court, the judge says there is a lot of information the public just does not know about this case. So we reached out to the judge, but he did not return our calls or emails. Now, in Texas, unlawful restraint is a third-degree felony, meaning that Anderson faced a possible sentence of 2 to 10 years had he been convicted of that charge. Nora?
Omar, thank you. I think people are going to start looking into this judge and some of the rulings he's had in the past.
And based on the facts that we're hearing about the case, it really doesn't make any sense. It would be nice if he does do an interview just to explain what he's thinking.
Yeah.
But you're right, Nora. This story isn't over. Not over.
All right, well, let's shut this down because we do not want to hear this fool. Trump and his shit. So, we're seeing more of this, my royal family. We had a case up here in California that many heard about it, where this rapist raped a girl at a college party behind a dumpster, and the judge said that him doing damn near basically any time would greatly, severely affect this white male, because he comes from a prestigious family and he's going to a prestigious college and he has a great future, and I would imagine they would throw in, well, people were alcohol fueled, and and people lose their judgment and all these things. But I got something to say about it. But before I get deeper into what I have to say, let's listen to this other video so we can get a little bit more of what the victim had to say. Let's see.
Well, Chris, the victim in this case, cried as she told the judge that she's devastated that he would allow Jacob Anderson to walk free. Her attorney said the system has failed this young woman. Back in October, 24-year-old Jacob Anderson pled no contest to the charge of unlawful restraint, which is a third-degree felony in the state of Texas. Today, 19th District Court Judge Ralph Strother accepted a plea deal that will allow the former Baylor fraternity president to avoid going to jail. The victim told the court that Anderson took her to a secluded area behind a tent near the frat house and violently and repeatedly raped her. She also said, "I had no control over my body and no way to stop him. He dumped me face down in the dirt and left me there to die."
Mr. Anderson, do you have anything to say?
No.
Under the plea deal, Anderson will get counseling, pay a $400 fine, and he will also get 3 years probation. Once he completes his probation, the plea deal will leave him without a criminal record. District Attorney Abel Reyna said Judge Ralph Strother's decision was the best outcome given the facts in this case. He said conflicting evidence and statements made it hard to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. Reporting in Waco, Jasmine Cald.
All right, my royal family. So, that's sad. That's really sad. One thing that I am not going to do is further re-rape a victim. That is wrong. But what I'm going to say to America, the reason why these things that are happening is that the face of a rapist in America is the black man, the big old dark, big black man. And they keep pushing that narrative. And we got the Me Too and the Stand Up and whatever other groups that we have, and they are very, very selective on who they pick and choose that they want to well down on. I noticed that they don't have a formula on or anything written on how to address these matters, but trust and believe. When it's a black male, and don't let him be black and wealthy, Bill Cosby, we're going to put all our energy into it. This ain't gonna go away. These people that are involved, or these women that are involved in these groups, that you're going to continue to see this. And you got white male judges, this old fogey stogie, he's in a different era, and how he looked at it was like, well, you know, you was drinking and y'all got drunk, and, you know, like I said before, and, you know, people get clouded, and, you know, it was just a thing. And people who get raped, it affects the rest of their life. And in that article that I would encourage you to read, there are women, white women, who have been raped by wealthy white men, and then she's concerned, well, if I say something, it will affect my entire life and my career. And another woman in the article said, most likely it will. So, and then the other thing that I was thinking of is how many black men in America that have been falsely accused, killed, locked up for the rest of their life, and all these horrible things, and it has not been rectified. So the energy of that is still resonating in the universe. And there are women justly so that have been raped by creeps like him that look like him, and what they are basically saying is what I've been saying: you have no value. And it's a crying shame, because 9 times out of 10 that woman was raped, and they're going to do everything in this system to protect their own. And the type of energy that they put into dealing with it is not the same type of energy that they would put in dealing with it if it was a famous black man with lots of money. We got to ruin him. We got to crush his career. Why are y'all selective in dealing with this? Because a rapist is a nasty motherfucker, you know. And rape is in all races, and they should be all treated in the same fashion. But here in America, it's all along racial lines. And so, again, the energy of falsely accusing. You know, we know about crying wolf. And then when it actually happens to a motherfucker like this, oh, wait a minute, we got to do something else. Because trust and believe, if that would have been a black man in the same situation, it would have been a different situation. Now, the woman would have had to be white. Because in America, they don't give a damn. Again, they don't give a damn about any black females. It does not matter the age when they are raped. See, that's what that Me Too movement group is all about. But that is overshadowed. That the sister that put it together wanted to put a spotlight and give a voice to black females. And it's been hijacked. And so they all over the place. And they don't have anything written down or any type of formula put together to address it properly. It's very selective in how they feel about that particular individual. And like this Mundez guy, he gave away millions to one of them groups. I don't know which one it is because they all are one and the same. So the seriousness about it, there's not enough hyperbia put on it. And that's a damn shame. And with white females, Y'all got to listen, because I know you come over here. You got to really think about what I'm saying. You know, are you really going to really leave race out of it? And it's a shame that y'all are getting raped by your own. And this shit is happening to you by your own. That's a shame. But I can only care about my own, because what happens to my own is everlasting. And we feel the ripple effects of it. I mean, y'all really go in for the kill for my own, and you don't care if it's true or not. You don't care about any of that. And it's a shame that whoever this young lady is, that her voice didn't mean anything. And then they want to say, well, y'all don't know the details of the case. Those are the same things that we say. Those are the same things. So y'all got y'all shit to deal with, and we got our shit to deal with. And in this war in America, it's going to always be about race. You know, some people think, well, if enough of this happened, then we'll be in a raceless society. You are playing games with yourself, because the face of a rapist will always be the black man, because this is what this system is about in this war. And it is sad to me that these things happen. It really is. So, my royal family, render your voice with your beautiful divine words. And as always, my royal family, I thank you for your love. I thank you for your support. And with that said, Ashe.